All right, welcome back. I'll carry on with basically part two from yesterday's stream that cut out. I have saved replays of those races, so I'm just going to bring a handful of those races together and see if we can enjoy the show and see how the grind went to get to that A plus rating. All right, let's bring on one of the races here, starting in sixth spot and behind a bunch of Nissans. Now, always my approach in this race is there's no point making a move lap one. All you're going to do is invite everyone behind you to get into the action, and it's probably going to shuffle you back. So the Ferrari doesn't have the legs down the straight anyway, so let's just sit in the draft and try to pick them off one by one if possible. But also because I was really trying to get the A plus instead, it was more about holding position as well. So it's trying to keep the risk to a low. Yeah, as you can see, top 7 we've already pulled away, so didn't really need to do much else besides just hold spot. Yeah, this is where the Ferrari, I really struggled getting onto this back straight and keeping with the Nissan. Nissan's straight line speed is really quick, but also I wasn't always getting the line right, so there was definitely times I was sitting in the slip of a Nissan in front and a Nissan behind. The outer slip was still gaining on me, so I was finding it's probably one of the weak spots for the Ferrari for this race. Although I could gain, most of the time I could gain a lot of time and a lot of ground under brakes for the bus stop chicane. And out of T1, Ferrari is very strong, but by the time we get down the hill, even in slip, there are times I'm starting to fall away again. We'll just go up to the front a little bit. It's a good battle here, first and second, side-by-side action. But their battling is what's keeping everyone else in this train. Yeah, we definitely dropped 8th, but 7th is starting to fall off the back of us as well. Puff of smoke, bit of bump drafting going on. Yeah, same thing, still in slip here. We've gapped 7th, but we're in a slip train full of Nissans. There's not much I can do. I could possibly go around the outside here, but no, he's covered that off. Inside, probably not. I like to go the outside and do the switchback if possible, because then you get the inside run on this right-hander if you pull it off. Yeah, the leader's doing low 19s. That's almost impossible for me to deal with. Oh, got the spot there. I feel there was contact, but possibly a bit of a lag spike there. I wasn't too sure, so I thought we'll just deal with it and see what happens. Because I mean, he's going to have me down the straight anyway if he wants to. Oh, he's giving me the bump draft though, so that was very handy. And I proceed to run it wide. Yeah, final lap move, that's kind of what the goal is now, is just hold on. Get the run onto the back straight, hopefully get it right. And then defend into the bus stop chicane, keep it tight. Because if I can get the run through this corner, I should be able to create just enough of a gap to make that work. Yeah, look at the closing difference. Closing speed is just coming so quickly up to the back of the Ferrari. Yes, that's race 1. Back for the next race. We've got a better starting spot here. Up into 3rd off the line. Interesting sight. We do have a Porsche behind us this time, so I feel that we'll get protected by the pack just that little bit more. Having a Porsche behind us is not quite as quick in a straight line compared to the Nissans. So my goal here is to follow these guys through, let them battle, and just take advantage if the opportunity arises. See, like right there, I can now go the outside, and I've got the inside run for this double right-hander coming up. As long as I don't go wide. So I've got to go defensive here. which I take it a little bit late. Yeah, had a bit of a gap, so it wasn't too bad. Bit of fighting going on behind there, but that's to be expected. So now the goal changes from holding on to the top two to now trying to hold on to first while keeping third behind me. But again, the idea is we just need to get the early run off the first lap or lap and a half just to build the gap over everyone else. If you start fighting too soon, everyone's right on your tail and all chaos can happen. So yeah, just that little lift of the accelerator, I was finding it hard to get the right turning point and the right line. It should be a flat out corner. But yeah, you gave me the bump draft, which was handy. So yeah, get the acceleration out of that final corner. It goes really well, this Ferrari, out of that final corner and out of T1 as well. Which is needed because by the time we get down to Eau Rouge, the Nissan's starting to pull back on me anyway, regardless of whether they're in slip or not. And we're still just in slip of the guy in first. So it means I really need a strong mid-sector here to hold it and really start to rein him in a little bit. Now I did a lot of races yesterday, so it was a long grind and I can't remember everything that's happened in all of them, so basically watching them live, bringing them to you this way. So yeah, forgive me if I don't quite remember what happened in what race. So I feel like I'm watching this for the first time as well. So yeah, we haven't really dropped the Porsche yet. I really need to drop the hammer down. I was probably a little bit slower through this mid-sector than I wanted to be. But I think in another half a lap we should really drop the Porsche off. Probably borderline a second and a bit behind first now too, so not ideal. So this is where my mindset's changing to keeping third behind me, and if we can work together somehow. So there you go, that was flat out. That's what I mean. You need to get flat out, get the right turn in. And Nissan will still just reel me in though down the back straight here. There's not much you can do. Look at the closing speed. It's insane. Oop. He's braking early, going to go for the switchback. But regardless of the line, the Ferrari just gets the power down out of the corner. Just that little bit easier and smoother than the Nissan. So yeah, we've definitely dropped the guy in first. He's pulled away. There's not much we can do now. Look, he's first for a reason. He's quicker. But yeah, we have now dropped the Porsche. Which actually enables us to battle a little bit more if we want to without risk of dropping further down. He's got me around the outside, a little bit of contact by me, so I've just stayed behind him after that. It was a good move. Might just fast forward to the next lap and right on his tail again. I've only got one realistic chance now, and that's at the end of the Kemmel Straight. So I'm all over the back here. I've got to pull out. I won't be able to get the job done around the outside because the Nissan is just too quick. So idea is to brake early, hope he goes too deep, and then I can get alongside him. But he's covered off the apex really well. He didn't go deep, didn't allow the switch back, so great defensive driving there. Now my only hope really is to force him to do a mistake. This guy's real quick and talented, so not an easy thing to do. That's really cool in car view. I like this one. Great detail in the cars. So yeah, I've had to go to the outside. I won't be able to get there though. Oh yeah, there's a bit of side contact there, and I was like, you know what? I wasn't going to make the corner keeping the speed up, so I actually did pull out of that one. Which I think that's what the hazard's for as well. That was a good race by him. I think he apologised for it at the end, but there was nothing he did wrong. I was going for the move around the outside, always a bit tricky. Bit of contact is what it is. If I'd forced the move on the final corner, we both would have ended off on the side. So yeah, played the smart game, pulled out of it. Second, third, doesn't matter. It's all the same. Back here again. Same two guys in front, still in third. We've got a new player in fourth in another Nissan. It's just a flock of Nissans really in this race. So I do need to try and build a gap to fourth, fifth, sixth before fighting too hard. But again, if the opportunity arises, I do need to take it. So again, deep in the slip, just stay behind them. I'm going to go wide, brake a little bit early, cut back if the opportunity arises, but those Nissans are right behind, so one eye in the mirror on these parts as well, because there can be a few opportunistic drivers here, which is fine. You just got to be wary of it if you're wanting to hold position. But yeah, we had some really good lobbies racing yesterday, so I've gone a bit wide there. Just avoided a penalty, I think. Oh, you can hear that nice rumble of the AMG back there. Pretty sure there's an AMG rumble. Yeah, in ninth. Lovely sound. Alright, let's move back up the front here. So back in dirt, I'm almost out of slip already from the top two. But again, if they're going to start battling it out, that will bring us back into play. So it's those points, don't panic, just hold position and don't fall too far into the pack. So here we go. Back right with them again to a degree, in slip, so that'll help. Yes, I'll pull out the gap. And even though I'm deep, even though I'm in slip 2, so I'm getting a speed boost from the guys in front, this Nissan doesn't care. He's going to pull me in quite easily and close right up by the time we get to the braking zone. It was actually quite enjoyable watching these guys battle out in front. Honestly, it is sometimes a good thing to be following people that are, you know, half a second a lap quicker than you. You do learn some new lines, and if you can stay in their toe, it can pull you around and bring you some quicker lap times. There were some laps in these races I was getting into the mid to high 19s, which impossible without them. But of course that's where it's different. These guys can do it without slip, without someone pulling them around, so yeah, they're very quick. Yeah, and this is what I needed. I needed a good midsection. 4th place dropping off a little bit. Looks to be a bit of position swaps back there, maybe a bit of carnage. Yeah, 19.7, no chance I could do that without slip. That would translate a quality time roughly to an 18.7, 18.9 type of pace. Can't do it. It's about 4/10 quicker than what I'd be able to do. Yeah, pretty much dropped him, yeah, so that was very handy. I think what this shows is, although it's a full-out sprint, sometimes you just need to be patient. If you know the people in front have qualified half a second to a second quicker than you, just try holding on to the slip. Don't try to battle too early. You'll eventually pull away from the rest of the pack, and then that's when it's time to battle, if the opportunity arises. Alright, we'll move on to the next lap. Starting the final lap here. Yeah, he's brought it down to a 19.4. No slip, no bump draft, no nothing. 19.4. That is crazy impressive pace. And that's what I mean by the track map. Look at that. Lap 4 pulled out a very big gap over everyone else. Yeah, just got one more chance. Back straight. If I can come onto the back straight just close enough to one of them, might have a chance around the outside at the bus stop chicane, but I'm pretty sure that is out of the question at this point. But yeah, look, I'm still up on my best time at the moment too. Yeah, it just helps so much having these quick guys right in front and being able to hang with them as long as possible. Yeah, third place. Very happy with that. So I think it's about 4 or 5 races left for the night. This is a great opportunity here. We've moved up into second in this lobby. There's not some of the other people haven't jumped in this time. And we do have Dr. Nick Riviera in the Renault behind us. So that Renault does not have a lot of straight line speed. So as you can see, he's already out-muscled by the Lambo at the end of the Camel, and the AMG is getting around the outside. So that small change of position just gives us a little bit of breathing space. And really now the focus is on Copal in front. And again, hoping that I don't make a mistake and let the Lambo into this. Lap 1, settle into it, find your rhythm, get your groove. Don't force any moves. That's really not on. Half moves, not really worth it. See a nice battle forming at the back here. Oh no, in the back of the mid-pack. That Renault's really holding on for dear life here. A lot of contact. But he will struggle on the back straight here. He's got the AMG in front. What a nice car on the interior. I've never really looked at this car. You got Meg right behind him. See, we've already spread out quite a bit. We've dropped the Lambo. So now, eyes on front. Can I get Copal? That's the goal. I think at this point I'm like, okay, we've built a gap. Let's, if the opportunity presents, no bump draft, let's just go for it. A little bit wide. There was an apex back there somewhere. Missed it a little bit, but didn't suffer too much on the exit. And see from there, at that point I know the Lambo probably won't gain on us that much in a straight line, so... Oh, actually I didn't go for the bump draft, I wanted more of a gap first. I got it wrong, that's alright. Yeah, I'm going to back off there too soon. We'll see if I've learnt my mistake from last lap. Again, still close enough to possibly make it difficult coming at the end of the Camel. And we just have that big enough gap over the Lambo behind us, but at 19.8 from Copal, quick times. Defense, go the outside. He's had it well covered off before he even got there. So I'll basically have one more shot at this. Somehow snuck in the fastest lap. Oh yeah, slip, that's how. Not somehow, slip. much closer to him this lap. At this point, I'm either going to have to bump or lift coming into this section because you're not going to go side by side here. It's a nightmare. He hasn't quite been able to come back to the racing line, but I wasn't far enough up to make use of the outside there. It's a bit of a weird one. Through Eau Rouge and down the Kemmel, we can kind of pull on the Nissan a little bit, but down on this, we call it a back straight, it is a bit of a curved road, but you just don't quite get the same slipstream effect from the Nissan. Might just be coming too slow off the corner to get onto the straight in the first place. Yeah, there you go. Second spot, very happy with that. Alright, back for another one. Starting in 4th place this time. The guy we had a good battle with last race is now in 2nd, so we've got somebody between us, and Shiro's now joined the lobby. We're really starting to get a lot of A+ and really quick drivers in this race. So again, 2x2, not ideal. Bit of elbows behind us, but no biggie, everyone survives. Nice big AMG's made a return, so that's good to hear. Yeah, this is where really started to get very good quality lobbies, very good, very fast drivers in there. Quality time started to shuffle further down the order, but again, it's not about winning every race, it was really about getting that rating up and just finishing ahead of some of the A+ drivers. So that's more me being defensive. I didn't want to stick the nose in to make a move, I was more defending against the guy behind. But it's turned into a move around the outside, and now I've got the inside run on the next 2 right-handers. So it kind of worked out for me. So I was very surprised at that. The guy just moved ahead, I tried to give him the slip. So it felt a bit of a cheeky move because I wasn't really trying to go for it, so... He's now got a bit of overlap though, and I had to take the racing line, so... Unfortunately he still dropped down to 5th on that, so from 3rd to 5th for him. And now and then he outbraked himself into the bus stop. Unless he got a bit of a bump, I'm not too sure. Either way, we've now lost the toe from the front. And so all I've got to do is keep a very quick Nissan pack behind. So you can see there's there's a Nissan weaving back there. Another Ferrari that's joined the pack. Good to see. You're just holding the gap. So coming in the final lap, so I'm doing 20.4, so not as quick as I can do, and definitely nowhere near what I was doing when I was in slip. I think I can get down to like a 20.1, 20.2 without a toe when I'm really focused and really hitting all the braking markers and the turning points. But yeah, that slip half a second at times. Yeah, that AMG was really motoring. Yeah, it's a lovely sound out of the engine of the AMG. It is a bit of a fan favourite for that reason, I think. It's also a good all-round car. Yeah, at that point, pretty much had third place wrapped up. So it's a break and turn. Another third spot, another slight improvement in the yeah, another slight improvement in the rankings. Yeah, so here we go, continuing the theme, down in 6th this time. They're saying there's a lot of really quick guys. We had some people with quali times into the low 18s in some of these lobbies. So just insanely quick, some of the aliens. Another Ferrari in front, so that was good to see. Enjoy seeing other Ferraris out there. He's going around the outside. Bold move if you can make it work. Yeah, another bit of an inconsistent point for me during the races is that corner. Definitely got a bit to work on. I was blaming the Ferrari, but I'm pretty sure it was user error on that corner. Yeah, that was a good run. Yeah, lost a bit of traction there. Didn't get a good run through that corner. Lucky the Ferrari just gets the power down a lot better because the Nissan had a bit of a wobble too. I might replay that. I forgot I was right behind 5th spot here. So I've, again, going defensive. If the move's on, the move's on. But it was more trying to go defensive. Merc's there. I did get a bit of a bump from the Merc as we saw on the first version of it, but 5th spot. Yeah, Shiro, who we were battling with a couple of races ago, he's up in 2nd. I've got no chance of catching up to him now with the cars in between us. But it just shows how much the tow can really help. See what I mean? Here you go, Nissan train going around the outside. And on the inside, here we go. 3 wide into that turn does not go, so I've backed out early. They've then gone wide. We're 3 wide again. And I've now gone very wide. And I've lost out, down to 7th. Then the Mercs... and then that Nissan's gone for it as well. Shuffled all the way down to 9th. Not ideal. And then sideways down to 10th. So it, okay. Oh, somebody got a penalty, so I got up to 9th because there was a penalty for one of the drivers. And here we go, this could get a bit messy. May not be the best because again, 2 wide, 3 wide into the chicane, not ideal. But cut the corner a bit to try and make it work. We're going on the outside. And I know I'll get the run, I'll get the power down a bit better. So we go back into 8th, 2 laps to go. And then, don't know what happened there. I think I just broke late. Oh no, bit of a bump from the Nissan behind. Someone held it, but again, pack of Nissans behind, down the Kemmel. This is not going to be an easy time. So there you go, this guy's already got me pretty much. I'm gonna have to go more defensive instead of mid-pack, so I've gone the inside. I didn't get the bump. I should have been in 6th though, because I had the bit of an overrun. He's cut the corner. It's gone a little bit wide, that's fine. Held the spot. At this point, lap and a half to go. We're in 9th. The guy who's in 8th is really one of the quickest guys in the lobby, so need him to part the sea in front of us essentially. There's more chance of him getting past the Lambo and then me getting the opportunity to do the same than me getting past him. Yeah, Lambo's gone wide, Nissan's got nowhere to go, we're all checked up here. Nissan will probably be able to get him into the bus stop with the pace difference. Doesn't even need to get to the bus stop, he's done it before. Too good. Lambo's gone wide. Yeah, so just needed the Nissan to really part the sea for us there. And it's worked. Got a little bit excited there. There you go. Didn't quite get the run. Not many more spots that I can get it done. So he's gapped me through that section. He's almost onto the back of the AMG in front. He's almost within slip range. But that's what I mean, he's just pulling us along. I'm still in slip of him. If this is a longer race, I'd be able to follow him all the way through, I think. So we go 8th spot. Not as high as it could have been, but that's what I mean. Early on, you just get shuffled out. So that's what I mean. Just try to keep out of trouble in that first lap and a bit, and everything else should fall into place, and you should have a smooth race. So this is the second last race. We've got a Lexus in front for the first time. So I think this is one of the regulars that had been in the lobby. He's just jumped out of a different car and into the Lexus. I'm pretty sure he was in a Nissan before. So I hadn't seen the Lexus too much in action, so I wasn't too sure what to expect from it, but I was pretty confident it wasn't going to be as good as the Nissan, so I did have a little bit of a thought in my mind that I might be able to get the spot off this guy. So I think at this point I actually was driving more in front, not really worrying about the guys behind, because I was thinking I really could get this Lexus at some point, depending on how it goes on a straight line. He's a little bit wide. I also had the feeling that he hadn't quite warmed up to the car yet either. There was a couple of places he was a little bit wide or a little bit late on the brakes. You see there again, last couple of corners has been a little bit deep. So although he's keeping up, just didn't seem to be as smooth or as comfortable as he had been in previous races. But yeah, again, that little bit of a lift doesn't help. This is where I had to actually then look behind and get defensive into this corner and then into the bus stop. Oh no, that's right, half-second penalty on that one. Just went a little bit wide through the... So I'm going to get eaten up. So we go, I'm in 6th. Oh no. We built a gap. That's right, we built a gap. Everyone was tripping over themselves. But the half-second penalty really costs you about a second of time. So now it's, can I catch the Lexus back up? Can I do it? By the end of the lap, we're already right behind him. 20.3, not bad. But at this point, I'm thinking, if I can get the move done, great. Not the end of the world if I don't, so it's not a win it and bin it type situation. Bit late on turn in there. He's got a bit sideways. Both trying really hard here. Again, it's a bit wide. But there's no point pulling alongside because there's no move to be made on the outside here. But can keep him tight and maybe send it up the inside. Yeah, so I stayed wide, tried to keep the racing line. I didn't really want much of an overlap because I wanted to switch back down the hill. Now I'm under attack, so I just need to make sure I consolidate this spot and don't let him straight back past. Again, it's closing down, so need to take the inside. Knowing that I can still get a good run through the chicane regardless of whether I go the racing line or take it inside a little bit. There you go, 5th place, done. One more to go. Actually, I take that back. That was the last race. That got me to the A+, as you can see, just in there, but I'll take it. the next grind is to try and hold the A plus, maybe get halfway if possible, or even just a quarter of the way through there. I'll be thrilled with that. But hopefully we get some good combinations in the coming weeks that'll help me do that. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your time, and catch you next time.